Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Joshy P. Welcome to another video. Today, I am going to be talking about the Philadelphia Eagles losing to the Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football. Sorry, this video wasn't out sooner. It was very late on Tuesday. Listen, I normally record these right after the game. Like, I get done watching the game and I go record these. But I watched the game with my mom, and I don't have like my setup at my mom's house, so I wasn't able to do it. Pretty plain and simple. I'll be able to do it Sunday for Dallas, but then I was working today. I had school, so I couldn't, I had to wait until now. We're wearing the Good Grief shirt for the loss. Good grief, man! This game was so freaking winnable, so winnable. And I'll be the first to admit, I was wrong. I expected a blowout. I expected the Eagles to go out there and absolutely mollywop the freaking Falcons, wipe the floor with them. I thought it wasn't even going to be a competition, but it was much of a competition. It was very much a competition, and the Eagles were they were beat. They were beat. All right, I'm not going to go play by play, drive by drive like I normally do because this was a very frustrating game. The first half was, let's just blatantly put it, awful. Eagles played like shit in the first half, like absolute dog shit in the first half, and that's pretty much how it went. It was 20-3 at halftime. Julio Jones was wiping the floor with us. Byron Maxwell looked like crap, and the offense couldn't get going. We had like 2 or 3 and outs, which is ridiculous. Donnie Jones should not have to punt that much. When I got his autograph on my hat, I said, I want to see a lot of him down in the 20, and he said, hopefully you don't have to see a lot of me on the field, and we saw a shitload of him last night. So, Donnie Jones was punting the ball. The defense, look, and I'm going to continue to believe this, right? The Falcons didn't beat us. Julio Jones and Matt Ryan beat us, okay? There was literally 2 players. The rest of the passing attack, really not that great. Running attack was decent. There was one run that really killed us, and I think it basically cost us the game. Was the 3rd and 15, and the guy, they ran a draw, and he literally just got a first down. It was so dumb. It should have never happened. We were killing him. Momentum was in our favor, and we let him run 15 yards up the field, get a first down. More on the first half. Offense really just couldn't get it going. The play calling was a little bit iffy. We're paying DeMarco Murray and Ryan Matthews all this money, and they're not running the ball, which I hope we see change in week 2. Sam Bradford threw 52 passes or something ridiculous like that. Granted, we were down by 17 points, but it shouldn't get to the point where we're down by 17. We should be pounding the ball with our 3-headed monster of DeMarco, Matthews, and Sproles, and pretty much that should be how we run the offense, and then pass when they're thinking run. That's pretty much it. Let's just say Byron Maxwell, don't overreact, okay? Byron Maxwell did play very bad yesterday, but granted, Julio Jones looked like the best receiver in the NFL yesterday. It was insane. He was crazy. He's fast. He had amazing hands. He just got open. The dude was on fire. Like, you could put up Darrelle Revis and Richard Sherman on him. They wouldn't have stopped them. Plus, Byron Maxwell is used to having safety help in Seattle over the top. He did not have that. Malcolm Jenkins is not that kind of guy. He is not Earl Thomas. He is not Cam Chancellor. So that's why I think part of why I think Byron Maxwell had a bad game. Other than that, secondary played very well. Walter Thurman with a pick. Malcolm Jenkins dropped 2 interceptions, which is kind of sad. Those probably could have been game-changing picks. What else? The defensive line did not look great. They looked okay. Looked bad in the first half. They looked pretty good in the second half. They were getting pressure. They had a would-be sack that got called back. It was a fumble, too, that they didn't recover, but it got called back. There was defensive holding or illegal contact on Kiko Alonso, which was the most bullshit call I've ever seen. Speaking of which, these refs are god-awful. They were calling holds all over the field. Like, it was just so dumb. I mean, there was even some bad calls for the Falcons. So, I'm not just saying it just because it's my team. We got some calls in our favor that were just stupid calls. So that's pretty much how that went. Offensive line looked mediocre. Bad in the first half, mediocre in the second half. Sam Bradford looked very, very, very rusty first half. Very, 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 very good second half. The dude looked like a beast in the second half. He was pinpoint accuracy. Pinpoint. His interception, his first interception came off of, he basically just guided Ertz with his eyes the entire time, locked onto him. A good defender made a good play. Second interception, Jordan Matthews bounced it off his helmet, and that's how the game ended right there. Jordan Matthews has to make that catch. That's not a bad Sam Bradford throw. That's a bad drop, and it sucks because Jordan Matthews had a great game up to that point. 10 catches for over 100 yards. And DeMarco Murray and Ryan Matthews scored, but they should have been getting the ball a lot more. So, we can't just sit here and rely on Jordan Matthews and Zach Ertz and Darren Sproles. Darren Sproles, of which had a huge, monstrous game. I think he had 5 carries for 50 yards and 5 catches for 50 yards. I think that's what it was. Something like that. He averaged 10 receiving yards per 10 yards per catch and 10 yards per run. So I think he's only the first person to do that in a certain amount of time or something. That's some kind of record or something, I think. He did it last year too. I don't know how. It's some kind of record. Kiko Alonso made probably the catch of the week. He Odell'd that motherfucker. And so that was pretty impressive. Kiko Alonso is the real deal. Michael Kendricks played okay. As I said, the rest of the secondary besides Byron Maxwell and Nolan Carroll really didn't have a great game either. Played pretty well. Walter Thurman's just a freaking ball hawk, man. He had a really nice pick. Other than that, Josh Huff looked pretty bad. Literally was blocking a guy, and Sam Bradford threw the ball to him, and he didn't even turn around, so there's that. And Nelson Aguilar had 1 catch. 1 catch. You got to get that man more involved. He could be a game changer. I'm telling you, the dude can be a game changer. He's very good if you get the ball into his hands. There was just no deep threat, really. I mean, there was no deep threat. But, I'm going to come out of here, and I'm going to say this to end the video. First half was bad. Second half was very good. You could pull a lot of positives. A lot more positives out of the second half than the first half. Once that offense got clicking, Sam Bradford started working the rust off. Defense really got into a rhythm. We looked like the team that we all thought we were going to look like. And, it comes down to that Cody Parkey field goal, right? Everybody's going to criticize that forever. 4th and 1. Do you kick the ball? Do you run the ball? Look, you kick the ball there. Okay, I don't care who you are. You kick the ball. You're down by 2 points. You go for the lead. You go for the lead. It's really that simple. Everybody's like, oh, we would have stopped them and gotten the field. They would have gotten a field goal. We were stopping them the whole second half. They wouldn't have gone up the field. And plus, if you're in that position, you go for the lead. If you run the ball with DeMarco and you don't get a first down, everybody's going to criticize the shit out of you for that too. So you kick the ball. And Cody Parkey, you miss him sometimes, okay? But honestly, I don't know how many more misses we can handle. He looked very good. Other than that, during the game on the extra points, and he even made a field goal. But he's going to have a rough couple weeks here if he really doesn't kick it into gear. But other than that, guys, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm very, very, very curious to see what you guys thought of the game. I thought there was a lot more positive than negative to take out of it. And as I said, the last point I want to make here is don't overreact. It's one game, right? It is the first game in a 16-game season. There's 15 games left, guys. Chill out. Take some time. Just look at everything, man. It was a very positive game. Sam Bradford looked good. The team just looked good. And the most important thing is Sam Bradford looked good. And he shook off the rust. He took some monstrous hits. The dude was getting mollywopped. So you got to look at the positives here. That's pretty much it. And don't overreact. It's a 16-game season. That wasn't the Super Bowl. So just got to move on to Dallas. We want Dallas. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Leave a like. Follow me on Twitter. I'm always talking about the Eagles on Twitter. Subscribe. Check out the sponsors in the description. My name is Josh. See you guys in the next one. Deuces.